Hey everyone, this is Lynda Fisher here, and we're back for another helpful vocal tips. So today, even as a background vocalist, as a worship lead, as a harmony director, one of the main things that I have seen as a challenge is when vocalists sing emotionally. Now, it's not to say, especially as us, like we worship so much unto the Lord. Our life is an example of worship. It's not just singing; it's how we live, how we try to be holy like the Lord, how we die to ourselves every day. But in this, when we're asked to be a part of something great and asked to be a part of a team united, sometimes what the Lord does in us does get a little overwhelming. And it's not to say it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's not. I have my moments with the Lord and I break and I cry. But I never want that to always be the driving factor of emotions. I'm going to sing with emotion. I'm going to sing crying. I'm going to sing poorly because I'm just so emotional. Like, that's not what we do. We have to have control too, because it's not just for us. It's not just as much for us to receive that breakthrough, but for the congregation before you. And this is where our private time, our alone time, we're broken before the Lord, because man, that's just the overflow when we come into Sundays or Fridays or Wednesdays or Tuesdays, whenever you have your services. But you come into the house of God and give the overflow of what the Lord has done in your life that past week for the people around, for you to just be a willing vessel, for them to see, man, they're so different. Why? God and God alone. And so as vocalists, emotional singing sometimes has bad techniques. When we get emotional, I know for me, like I've seen it and I've done it. And when I get emotional, it's hard for me to sing strong. It's hard for me to sing without feeling like I'm having to yell and do all these wrong techniques. It's hard for me to sing steady because my voice is like I remember when I used to get nervous speaking in front of people, my voice would be like this, like as if I was about to cry. And I didn't have control over it because my emotions would take over. And those are things that I had to overcome and do again and do more of and do again. And it's not to say we have to have like an emotional wall where, no, we can't show emotion. No, we can show emotion. We can show not just emotion not just sobbing, but like we can show the gratefulness in our heart and the brokenness within us by just worshiping Him, of course. And when we have that time, you don't even got to sing. You could be broken before the Lord, weeping. Just have your hands up, right? And it's not to say that it's fake. No, it's just you understanding what God is doing in that moment is so big. And so emotional singing, the biggest thing is when we try to emotionally sing, all the wrong techniques come out. Your throat clamping up, your nasal sound coming in because we're like sniffling, right? And even with like we're crying and sobbing, like our voice goes, meh, and it's not on pitch. It's not as strong as we need it to be. But there are ways to overcome that. Of course, practicing with the right technique always, because that right technique subconsciously will come into effect. Even if you're in the moment, like, oh, I'm broken. Like sometimes it just switches, for me at least. Like I know that I could still be crying and singing well, not like super strong, but like singing well, to be able to do what the Lord has done for my life and to be able to do what the Lord has entrusted me for these people. So those are ways to be able to overcome it. And of course it takes time. Like it's not to say that it's going to be from one day to the next. No, sometimes we have to practice these things out. That's the practicality side of it, right? Of course, the spiritual side is all the gratefulness and brokenness is done beforehand, and we come into a place of overflow. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we have pain. Sometimes there's real sorrow happening. And even then, those are like moments where we ground ourselves thinking, okay, but who's God? God is the one who's faithful. God is the one who's almighty. God is the one that is our provider, our healer, our everything. And I say that from experience. I know that some of you guys have seen, the loss of my mom a couple of years ago. I think it's been 4 years now, was a big one for me. And I thought, man, I can't overcome this. Like this was my mom. This was my everything. But even in that moment of sorrow, even in that moment of grief, even that moment of hurt and pain, not just for me, but I knew for my family, I still came to worship because I understood who God was. And I knew that he took her to a better place. But even worshiping then, like, I had to control in a way, but not control what I was going through. I released that to God. I was like, all right, Lord, if you're going to break me, I'm just going to break here and cry. But I don't ever want to strain something practically in my throat because all these emotions are coming out, right? And so I hope this helpful tip helps you out in not to emotionally sing, but to sing with correct technique. And I'm Lynda Fisher, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Hey, I'm TJ Fisher.
And I'm Lynda Fisher. We created DFS Academy because we believe that every musician deserves mentorship and guidance. So we want you to join DFS Academy for free.
But if you want to take your skills to the next level and invest in musicians all over the world, you can join our paid content for only $20 a month. And you get access to mentorship and life-changing content. So I'm TJ Fisher.
And I'm Lynda Fisher.
And we're here to help you make a difference, one beat at a time. Peace.
Transform, prosper, success.